There we were, two self-prescribed, terrible singers, standing at the pulpit for a baptism, opening up our mouths and singing. It went fine for a few moments. Then I cracked on a note. She started to laugh. Then I did. And then eventually we were standing in front of a crowd of people, displaying a gut-roaring, totally inappropriate and embarrassing circus act on a meant-to-be sacred occasion. I wanted to hide away as we walked in to see the baptism. It was such a mess, and people were not happy. But they didn't know what I knew. They didn't know the sacrifice of the moment, especially for her. Sister Scott told me that one thing she would never do is voluntarily perform in front of someone. She explained that her mother would be so shocked to know that she was voluntarily singing for someone, but she did it for Carl because she loved him. And that is what she taught me about love. She taught me that love isn't about fairy tales and pretty parties. It's about sacrifice, service, listening, and yes, we were embarrassed, and yes, it was horrendous. But she had done one of the hardest things for her to do. And isn't that what love is really all about? Love is about service and sacrifice. There was this man. We always saw the wall in his restaurant. The wall was covered in various bills, gifts from close friends when he started his business, hundreds, tens, ones. You could say the wall represented a beginning. People loved him, the hope and potential of a future. It was her idea for us to be part of the wall. She invited me to get dollar bills, and we decorated them with sparkles, markers, inside jokes that only he would get. It was a little act, but it meant a lot. And that's the way it went. With me, she made cookies, supported kids' talents, taught gospel principles, helped refugees learn English, got a puppy for a lonely person. Didn't turn out well, but the heart was there. Whatever they needed, she would do. And isn't that what love is really all about? Love means to listen. I was a terrible listener, but not her. She was a thinker. She taught me to be comfortable with silence. I would sit in lessons and say 80%. And she would ponder and mull over what to say, and with her 20%, say the spiritually inspired right thing. She didn't just hear words. She listened. She cared. When I got angry with her, I would argue passionately, and she would logically and calmly explain her side of view. When people care, they can communicate love. Scott knew that to love someone, you have to hear them. Isn't that what love is really all about? Roxanne Scott changed my life. I first met her in Pasadena, California. We were missionary companions for 6 weeks, and then again later for 4.5 months. But she will be my best friend forever. It was with her that I loved the youth enough to see a chain effect of member missionary work. It was with her that I listened enough to know what a person needed to hear. It was with her that I sacrificed enough of my heart, my mind, and strength. It was with her that I saw an alcoholic keep coming to church, a fourth-stage cancer patient find a friend, and a struggling person escape physical murder. I love her, and why wouldn't I? She taught me what love is really all about.